Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by for what I promise is going to be the quickest unboxing ever, because y'all, I got the Kobo Clara Color. I had to look because I'm always going to want to call this the Kobo Libra Color, which it's not. It's Clara, not Libra, but I want to bust into this thing, get it set up and start reading on it. But like every good content creator, I can't just open something, I gotta film an unboxing. So let's get into this thing, and then literally all I'm gonna do is open it up, show you what's in the box. Then I'm gonna start reading on it and come back in a few days and tell you what I think about it, give you a first impression. So give me a second, let me at least get the annoying things off the box, get us set up on another camera, and while I do that, y'all go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans, and I'll be right back. All right, let's do this, y'all. So here's the box. It's very cute, actually. It's kind of like a book on the side, and all I had to do was slit like one sticky thing on the end, and there's a little tab, so let's slide her out and see what we got. There's the thing. Now, like I said, this is the Kobo Clara Color. There's the Kobo Clara, which is the black and white one, or like black and gray tones one, and then the Color. And they're, okay, I was gonna say like $20 difference, like American dollars difference, but I'm not really sure. So we'll get into all that when we get into the thing, but let's just do this. So this is very much like the Kobo Libra is like the Kindle Oasis with the page turn buttons. This form factor is like the basic Kindle because it's little, but it's like a basic Kindle with color. So it's like the combination basic Kindle and ColorSoft. So I'm going to peel off the sticky bit, hit that power button that is not down by your thumb where you're going to want to turn it off all the time. I'm going to hit that and see if anything actually, there we go. And here she comes. Can y'all see that color? Let's tell it English. There's my network. Let me give it my password. Y'all hang on. Look at it's got a pretty good charge to it. Can y'all see that? It's like 3/4 charged. That's all right. All right, while it's doing that, let's see what else is in the box. All right, we got the ubiquitous quick start guide. And then the USB-A to USB-C cable. Interesting, it's not USB-C to USB-C, but as with, I think, most things now, there is no charging block with it. So it's just the cable and the thing and the quick start guide. So you got to have your own thing to plug it into. And here we have her. So let's tell it my time zone. It's updating. It has like a do not turn off. Can y'all see that? Do not turn off. All right, I got it. I'm not turning it off. Oh, look at, can y'all see the colors? Oh, well, now you can't. All right, I'm gonna scan this. And as I recall, this is pretty quick. You scan that and then you log into your Kobo account, and it says that my eReader is activated. And now it's doing something. Let's see. Kobo Plus, don't want to do that. There she blows. All right, so she is set up. We're gonna go into all this later, y'all. I'm gonna go read right now, but So this is, I think I already said this, I believe it's a 6-inch screen. So it's kind of little, but look how cute it is. I'm stoked. I'm gonna go sit on my couch and read on this thing for a while, and I'll be back in a few days and let you know what we think. All right, friends, I've been reading on my new Kobo Clara Color, which I'm gonna slow down every time I try to say that because I get all excited and I try to say it in a hurry and I trip over my own tongue. So I've been reading on my new Kobo Clara Color for a few days. I have a little furry felon here who wants to talk witches. I have collected my thoughts, by which I mean, and y'all just saw it, by which I mean I have taken copious notes. I have edited my notes. I have rearranged my notes. And now I'm going to try to follow my notes and not end up down rabbit holes as I go over just a few first thoughts on the Kobo Clara. So, and y'all, that is seriously what this is I just want to do like a little quickie, give you my first impressions. I'm going to go back to reading on it, and then we'll do a deep dive later. So let me know in the comments, what do you want me to cover on a deep dive on this thing? And I'm going to do comparisons between, I have the Kobo Libra, which is also color, and I have the Kindle not Paperwhite. I mean, I have the Paperwhite, but I have the Kindle, what's it called? ColorSoft. So I'm going to do comparisons of those, but let me know what other comparisons you want to see and what you want to know about this. So let me get into this thing. It is, y'all, I like it. I feel like it's a good size. It's a great, just sort of grab it and go device. Like I said, I've been reading on this almost exclusively for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. It's plastic, but it feels, I don't know, it feels sturdy in my hands. You may have noticed there, hang on, I'm gonna go ahead and jump over onto this camera so you can really see what I'm doing. I do this every time. Let me move y'all over here. So that I can talk to you and look at, sorry, this is just going to be a weird angle. And we're just going to have to deal with that. But this way I can talk to you and look at the device at the same time. So it's got, can y'all see that? The back is texturized, which feels really nice in your hands. And Kindle fans, you're going to love this. I mentioned this, I think, in my unboxing. The power button is up here at the top, which is very nice. It's not down here where you hold the thing, so you can hold it without turning it off. Hang on, you know what? Oh, I guess that'll work. All right, I'm just going to leave it in the stand so that you can actually see what I'm talking about. So, the back of it is texturized. There's the power button. And you can see it's branded across the top. It says Rakuten Kobo. And then across the bottom, can y'all see this? All of the sort of tech specs are printed across the bottom here. So if you need to like find the, you can probably blow that up and see it. But if you need to find like your serial number or your model number, any of that, that's all across the bottom here, which is kind of cool. Around the sides, there's really nothing exciting. The USB-C plug is on the bottom. So that's, of course, where you charge it, or that's where I plug it in. I mean, I guess that's where anybody would plug it in. If you want to download stuff, like drag stuff over, if you're using Calibre to manage, like to side load your content onto the thing, obviously that's where you would do that. So, can you see, I'm going to go ahead and do this. See how it's got a recessed, like a pretty seriously recessed screen with a lip on it. I haven't minded, sorry, a furry felon just jumped over there. I haven't minded it so far, but I know that some people don't like those. They feel like they get dusty. You can see I haven't put a case on mine. Usually I have clear cases on my devices. I haven't done it on this one yet for no real reason, but I kind of like the feeling of carrying it around commando. I don't know. Feel like I'm riding dirty a little bit. Anyway, so that's the back and the sides. I also like, we've looked at this on other devices. I like the rounded corners, and look how like the bottom, the arcs on the bottom, like the way that it's rounded. I don't really know how to say this, but they're sort of like, it's a sort of a bigger curve on the bottom than the top. So it's, I don't know, it feels not quite symmetrical to me. I like that. And obviously the bezel is bigger on the bottom than the top. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Anyway, I like the feel of the thing. It's not very heavy. Like I said, we're not getting into specs here. Did I say it's got 16 gigabytes of onboard storage? I don't think I talked about any of that, did I? So it's a 6-inch screen, which we'll do comparisons later, but it's about, apparently he had something to say. Mister, go lay down. You can't, no, you can't sit here with us. Go lay down now. Go. Do not bump my cameras. Go lay down. Go. Go. Go on. Go. Now. Move. No, sir. Whoa, Jesus. Thank you. Okay. 6-inch screen, which is comparable to the basic Kindle, just to sort of give you an idea. It's got 16 gigs of onboard storage. I think I just said that. It's got Bluetooth. It's waterproof, and it's like the legit, you can drop it in the drink for like 30 minutes. I did not test it. I'm not going to test it, but it's that kind of waterproof, which you'd think you wouldn't have to say that with an e-reader these days, but you kind of do. Like, you can't assume that they're waterproof. Hang on, let me let this dog get past. Go, go. If you're going, go now. He's still not jumping real great after his dance with the coyotes, so he has to, anyway, nobody cares. All right, so I think you can see, I love this screen. I think the color is just, I just think it's pretty. Let me get out of this. And you know what, let's go into here. So I have this Sonic the Hedgehog book literally just to do this, just so that we can look at the color of the screen. So let me, I was going to say, let me show you the homepage. We're not getting into all that. I'm not going to show you any of that. But so let's go into this Sonic book. And you can see when people have asked me this about different devices, if they ghost or if you can like see shadows when you turn pages or when you move things. On this one, it ghosts a lot, but as soon as it refreshes, I feel like that's gone. And I feel like the screen is just absolutely lovely. Now, y'all saw what I just did. You can blow up let me let it refresh quickly. You can blow it up and then move it around to read your comic. And I want to go ahead and show you this so that I don't forget. And we'll talk about the menus just very, very briefly. But when you're in a graphic novel, all the Kobos that I've ever seen have this little control at the top, and you can change how now this is only in graphic, like books with graphics. You can change how it appears. So you can stretch it out or unstretch it, or you can rotate it. So you see how instead of turning my device, I turned the actual page. So that's this little control up here. And you'll see when we go into a regular book, or like a text, like a book that's only text, not graphics, that control isn't there. Like, I don't have that option. So anyway, like I said, I just wanted to show you. I think the colors are lovely. Now, it's an e-ink screen. So if you're looking at it going, ugh, I can just read them on my iPad and they're way brighter, you can just read them on your iPad and they are way brighter. But if you're looking for an e-ink screen to read color on, I think this one's lovely. You know what, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get us out of Sonic into just a regular book, because in that one I just wanted to show off the color e-ink screen and to show you how you can move I showed you that you can zoom in and you can move the page around to read the text. So inside of a regular book, I'm going to set this, I kept saying I was going to leave this on the stand so that it was blocked better in the frame, and then I kept picking it up. So you can swipe down from the top, and that gives you your last books, typical Kobo. You can tap in the middle, and it gives you your menus at the top and the bottom. Now see how that like moving the screen menu is gone? Now I have the menu that lets me control the brightness on my screen. And y'all check this out. I've had questions about how does it look because it's an color e-ink, like is it darker, is it dimmer? I don't think that it is. I think that it's very crisp and blue, and I can turn I have the brightness up because it's light in this room, but so that's the brightness all the way off. Like that's the light all the way off. Let's go back. I don't know if we'll be able to see. But yeah, you can still see the colors even with the backlighting not on. Can y'all see that? Sorry, my lights are casting a glare. But yeah, I think the screen is really lovely. All right, again, we'll get into all that. Y'all just let me know what you want to know and what you want to see in a deep dive. Let me turn this back up a bit so that you can really see what we're doing. So that's on the top menu, that's that first, it gives you quick access to change your brightness. And of course you can set it to auto, to adjust automatically. Here are your font settings. Again, you can easily change them, y'all. You can see right there, I honest to goodness gave it a college try to read without dragging Bookerly onto here. I could not do it. I made it about half a page and my brain was itching. So I dragged Bookerly onto the thing, but that's the only thing that I've done, I think. That's the only thing that I've done that's not just straight out of the box, but I had to have Bookerly on here. But it does make it very, very easy to add fonts to it. So, I know, stop it. Anyway, so that quick access menu at the top makes it easy to adjust like the way that your screen looks. Here are some cute little interesting stats you can kind of keep up with. That gear gives you your reading settings. So again, gives you more control of how the device looks and how you control the device while you're reading. Lets you change like what parts of the device you hit to go forward, backwards, to open menus, do those things. All of that stuff is there in the gear. And then the 3 dots give you ways to interact about the book. Like you can view details of the book, and these are all about the book that you're reading. So depending on the book that you're in, they're going to be different, but you can pull up related books, hints and tips about using your, I almost said Kindle, not Kindle, Kobo. Tips and tricks about using your Kobo. So that's all in that 3-dot menu. And then down at the bottom, it gives you the navigation menu, right? So you can navigate through the book using, this one is obviously chapters. And then that allows you also to see your annotations, which I just jumped my own story there, but we'll talk about color annotations in a minute. But it allows you to see your chapters or your annotations. You can move around. If you're like, where was that quotation that I highlighted? You can find it there and then jump to it. Kind of cool. And I love this. You can move around and like scan the pages within the book without losing. You can see back there, my page isn't turning. And then you can be like, oh, wait, I don't want to do that after all. Go back to the page that you were on. And that also gives you your annotations, same. So if you're familiar with Kobos, you will know that this is pretty much standard Kobo stuff until you get to the highlighting. Now, highlighting is something obviously that you can do in other Kobos. Some make it really easy because you have a stylus. Now this one doesn't support the use of a stylus, but it does support color highlights. So you do your highlight and then it asks you, what color do you want to highlight in? So here's my little highlight menu. I can highlight in pink. Oops, I hit blue. I wanted pink. Go back and change it to pink. I can add a note to my highlighting. Pink. Oops. Save. And now I can see here the this little like note in the margin denotes that I have a note in my annotation. And if I go into my annotations, there, you see it's by date. So it shows like the dates that I did my annotations. If I go to today's annotations, I can see there's the annotation that I keep hitting it. There's the annotation that I just made. That's my annotation, and there's my note. I can hit my note, and it takes me right to it. So, like I said, you can navigate around within this thing like a regular Kobo. I mean, it is a regular Kobo, just a standard Kobo. You can sort your, see, I had them sorted by date. You can sort your annotations by date or by location, which typically mine, if I sort them by date, it sorts them by location because I read a book in the order, like I read the pages in order. So my most recent annotations are going to be like the later pages. I know, like an actual human. Or I can go in and filter it, look at just my highlights, look at my notes. I don't think I have any bookmarks. If you bookmark pages, you can pull up just your bookmarks. So that's all. Again, you can get to this either on that little page at the bottom, or if you go into chapters, it's the annotations on that side of the chapter. So I know I'm deep diving. We aren't supposed to be deep diving, so let me say that my first impression of this thing is, I think it's great. It's quick. You saw how quickly the thing moves, how quickly it uploads books. I'm really enjoying using it as, it's been my daily driver since I took it out of the box. I love the size of it. I like the feel of it in my hands. I'll sit on the couch and read it. If I jump in the car, I grab it and take it with me. So there are definitely not like size issues with it, like with the bigger sort of tablet size readers that are kind of awkward to take with you, or for me anyway, to read anywhere other than on the couch. This definitely doesn't have that issue. And even though it's a smaller screen, and I don't know, I guess I feel this way about all of my e-readers, even the little bitty Books Palma. I even like that little bitty thing. I don't mind a small screened e-reader. So just depending on, y'all, I don't know what happened there, but my audio died, obviously. Editing day, Danielle here. I was just editing my video and then I wasn't talking to myself. So anyway, let me just wrap this thing up here. And I realized that I forgot to tell y'all something. I meant to tell you that one, I think, great advantage of the Kobo Libra Color is that the price point is $100. When I bought it, it was $159.99 American. I don't know what it is with tax and shipping and all of that, but I think that's a great price for this little device. And it was sold out or like out of stock or something when I first looked for it. So then I went and looked on like all these sort of aftermarket sites and found one here and found one there. And then I kept going back and looking at Kobo for no reason at all. And then it was back in stock. So if you want to get one and you want to get it from Kobo and it says it's out of stock, just keep checking back because they'll probably get them back in stock. So anyway, $159.99. I absolutely love it because my audio died. I don't know what I was going to say at the end there that I didn't get to say, but I did want to come back and tell you the price, and that's it, y'all. I love this device. I love the size of it. It's quick. And though it doesn't have all of the bells and whistles of, say, the Kobo Libra, it does have a bunch and it does all the things that I needed to do. So I'm going to give this one a thumbs up. All right, that's it, y'all. Let me know in the comments, what are you reading on? Are you reading on color, black and white? Do you even care about color? And please, let me know. I'm definitely going to do a deep dive on this thing, so let me know. What do you want to see in a deep dive? What questions do you want answered? And what do you want to see me compare this to? Obviously, I'm going to compare it to the other color e-readers that I have, but what else do you want to see it compared to? Let me know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me through all of that. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos over on FtDanielleReads now, the beginning of every week, with some book videos over here sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.